Who is Payal Arora? And why has her name dominated the headlines after the Air India crash? 12th June 2025. As the Air India flight began to wobble while landing at Ahmedabad airport, screams of panic tore through the air. Within seconds, the aircraft collided with the ground, turning into a horrifying crash. Chaos erupted everywhere. This tragedy not only endangered the lives of the passengers but also left behind a haunting question: who is truly responsible? Initial investigations discussed technical failure, bad weather, and pilot fatigue, but when the DGCA released its official report, all eyes landed on one name: Payal Arora. A name perhaps unfamiliar to the public until now, but suddenly the most critical link in this major aviation disaster. But the real question isn't just, who is Payal Arora? The real concern is, what went wrong in her decisions that put hundreds of lives at risk? Today, we'll dive deep into this issue. But before that, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you always stay updated with our latest videos. Now, let's begin today's discussion without any delay. In the DGCA, Directorate General of Civil Aviation, report, 3 individuals were identified for their role in the incident, but the most attention has been focused on Payal Arora. The report clearly states that Air India's crew scheduling system was plagued by repeated negligence. Employees were frequently rostered for duty despite either incomplete training or violation of rest regulations. And the direct responsibility for all these lapses falls squarely on the shoulders of Payal Arora. Payal Arora is the head of crew scheduling and planning at Air India. This means it's her department that determines which pilot will fly on a given day, how many hours each crew member will be on duty, and who is entitled to mandatory rest periods. All these schedules are managed through a software system called 𝐼MS, Airline Resource Management System. But this is where a chain of errors began, one that can no longer be ignored. 𝐼MS, short for Air Route Management System, is a digital backbone for any airline. It governs everything from flight timings to crew duty hours. But when the system was recently updated, it introduced several technical flaws. The DGCA's investigation revealed that after this update, neither Payal Arora nor her team implemented the required changes in accordance with regulations, nor did they fix the previous inconsistencies. Instead, flights continued to be scheduled with the same rule violations as before. But this is where the story becomes even more serious. According to the DGCA report, while Air India may have voluntarily accepted the mistakes, it's equally clear that this wasn't just a technical glitch, it was a systemic failure. And when a system fails repeatedly, the question doesn't stop at a single individual, it extends to the leadership responsible for running that system. And that is exactly why Payal Arora's name has come to the forefront. Payal Arora is accused of repeatedly assigning crew members to flights whose mandatory rest periods had not been completed. It is essential for any pilot to get sufficient rest after a certain number of flying hours to ensure they are physically and mentally fit for the next flight. But in several Air India flights, pilots and crew were continuously scheduled without breaks, leading to fatigue and reduced performance. In the tragic Ahmedabad flight as well, pilot fatigue has been cited as a contributing factor. What's most shocking is that despite these serious violations, Air India's management neither conducted proper audits nor raised the issue seriously in any high-level meetings. This clearly indicates one of two things: either deliberate oversight or negligence so severe that it borders on criminal liability. And this chain of negligence starts right at Payal Arora's desk and stretches all the way to the runway. But is Payal Arora the only one responsible? According to the DGCA, 3 officials have been held accountable for the incident. Alongside Payal Arora, the report names Divisional Vice President 𝐼MS and Chief Manager of the Operations Directorate, Pinky Mittal. Together, these three were running the system responsible for crew safety and flight operations. But when negligence occurs at every level, it no longer remains the mistake of one person, it becomes a crisis of the entire organization. Even so, Payal Arora's role becomes more critical because crew scheduling was directly under her supervision. She not only ignored system faults but repeatedly assigned flight crew in violation of established regulations. This mismatch eventually became the reason for the tragedy. That's why Payal Arora is now at the center of the media spotlight. Just imagine, if a flight is scheduled without proper rest or training for the crew, the lives of hundreds of passengers aboard are left to chance, no better than a lottery. Anything can go wrong at any time. And when that misfortune does occur, it becomes a warning, fix the system, or next time the consequences could be far worse. This raises a serious question: how could such a massive lapse occur in a prestigious organization like Air India? After its acquisition by the Tata Group, people had high hopes that the airline would soar to new heights and become a global benchmark in aviation safety. But this crash, and the damning findings that followed, have shaken those expectations to the core. It also exposes a bitter truth: privatization alone is not enough unless those working within the system are held truly accountable. Looking at Payal Arora's profile, she is considered a seasoned professional. But when experience gives someone the audacity to bypass rules, it ceases to be a strength and instead becomes dangerous. The DGCA has made it clear that the mistakes made under her leadership weren't just negligence, they were a systemic failure. Now, the issue isn't just about a report. The real question is, will Air India conduct an internal investigation based on this report? Will there be real action taken against Payal Arora and the other responsible officials? Or will this incident, like so many others in the pages of bureaucratic history, be quietly buried, where crashes are recorded, but culprits are never punished? The sheer negligence in India's most prestigious airline, followed by the stark facts revealed in the official report, has left every passenger asking, are we truly safe? Can we trust the officials, especially those like Payal Arora, who hold the responsibility of our skies in their hands? And most importantly, will any strict action be taken now, or will yet another name silently disappear into the system?
Has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.